Well, let's get this over with, I guess. First drawing. This doesn't look too right. Maybe we should start again. Okay. Hi. And welcome, I guess, to Draw My Year channel review. Never done this before, so it's gonna be something new. As a reclaimer, I need to say that my videos are not lined up to ARC's release timeline like Extinction, because when the first videos came out exactly a year ago, Extinction was starting for that videos on my channel, but Extinction was already released. Well, let's start right after the Unclaim of Hero. Well, our tribe, which we used to play in, again got kicked out of there since we were well, we didn't want to give up a player. They were really unreasonable about our old leader. They had personal problems with him, and yeah, we also got incited by them, like lines neutered and stuff. It was really nasty. Well, after the Unclaim, we got griefed by them many times, and I mean, many people came. But that wasn't really a problem, it was more like fun. After the Unclaim, we also like griefed back to some servers like 95, which where I released my Teleport Heaven video. Shortly after that, I was running the level 500 Rhinos one, which is now the best video I have on my channel for some reason. Don't know, it's generating like millions of views. Millions, it's over 1,000. Well, it's the best one running and I have no clue why. Well, after that the Mech Managama meta started, Extinction. And you can say it's one way or another, but it was hell. Living hell to play that. These things were as powerful as a Giga and as fast as a Dodo on speed. Well, so it took them some time to nerf them, like 2 to 4 months, and they were kind of playable. But yeah, well, let's move on. 2 months later or so, I started with my first Pets Note videos, which I gave up after the first try because I think I wasn't really cut out for it to begin with at that point. Don't know if I will return it later on at a better setup and everything, but I think I will look around that. Around the time I also started to make more funnier videos with memes and shit on it, and it took my PC and myself really long to make those. Was really hard for my first time trying it out and everything. We also experienced the Titan more than we wanted to. Let's say it was hard times. So, around 4 months into the year, and we started to bully PNG. Because they were kinda annoying at our server, so we got back at them. And of course, they came back at us. Which leads to the Red OB defense with the 3 Titans and the 50 Risa videos, which was amazing. Man, that defense. That was some real PvP there. Well, at that video I got so many nice comments of people. They were maybe a bit aggressive and not really productive for me, but I still enjoyed it. Through a time I also learned how to play against all this new stuff, and I kinda got better at PvP, I must say. Improved myself a lot these days. Also in building and everything. So, 5 to 6 months into the year, and we got incited again. Like 2-3 times. Not hard inside, but we lost much of stuff. It got really depressing in some days. Well, the problem was because of that inside meta noticed this and wanted the server from us, and center servers are the ultimate defense. Well, we were fighting back at them as much as we could, but in the end we didn't have enough players to hold the cave. Just online timers and everything fucked us. In the big entrance, one guy couldn't really defend against 30 plus players. Yeah. Sorry. We lost our first IFK's wall after many days of PvP and struggle, which we see in my videos, of course. Both sides lost many dinos these days, but in the end we gave the server to Hydra, so they pushed off meta easily, because they had the numbers to do so. Friends of mine were going with FPS Vendetta that time, to play with them on their servers, and I thought I had enough of this whole arc shit with the Titans, mechs and everything, so I went to Classic. I got myself some old members of Black Flag and started a little Classic server. Oh, yeah. I spent there some months, 3 to 4 months, and then I went back to official. The time there was really fun and it brought back many old memories of nice PvP. But then they announced that there will be a wipe, and I left the server immediately when I heard that. Well, after the time I left Classic, I went and made myself a little extinction base, which didn't last very long, but gave me the opportunity to go into Dog Team. It was special times there, let's say this, and it didn't really cut out for me. I also had much to do in real life, so all I did was lying asleep, take pot on another server to get their pop-up, because they were really under hard pressure. So, well, of course, Dog Team kicked me because of that. Well, of course, if you're inactive and everything, wasn't really fake blood or anything. Was okay for me, let's say this. I understood the reason. So, sorry. After I got kicked by Dog Team, I started my own server with some old friends that came back to Ark. But that didn't last very long because we got meshed. Yeah. When we left the server, we were going to go back to our old friends, which joined FPS that time, but they had no extinction server, so we joined there. And they were Rise S now, the guys that mostly insided us. But no hard feelings there. So, but we joined there. Well, I and my friends from the server I got before joined there, and now we're at the stage that we are now. Not much happened since then. It's really fun to play, to be honest, with them all together again. I got myself a new cutting program, Vegas Pro, and it's running pretty good for me at the moment. Learning all this new stuff about cutting and everything. Well, that's it for this year, or for the last year, I can say. All I want to say, I thank the guys that played with me and stick it around for me for so long, and I hope we can continue this awesome story together. Have fun.